this video, we're going to talk about devices. Adding devices, removing them, changing their location, and other maintenance tasks related to devices. Now, it's important to understand that devices have an internal memory, and in that memory, they will store an address number. The address number is how the controller will communicate with devices. So when the controller wants to send a message to a sensor to read its values or turn an output on relays, it will send a message to that address. Because the system uses the address inside of the device's memory to communicate with it, it will not know if the device has been physically moved from one room to another. Because of this, we need to adjust the device's location when we move it. Let's start by adding a factory new device to the system. Adding a new device to the system can be done by plugging in one device at a time. The new device should be automatically detected by the system. Let's plug in a new device now. The environment sensor that we've plugged in has been detected, and a dialog box has popped up to show us that. A picture of the device is shown so that we can make sure that we are looking at the correct object. The device name is just a default combination of the model number and serial number, so we can go ahead and change that now. Next, we're going to want to select our device location. The system doesn't know where it's at until we tell it. Now we can also create a new location at this time if we need to. Once we're done with that, we can press the Save button. Now we'll see that our sensor data has appeared in room 3. And if we click on room 3, we'll see that here as well. If we click on Devices, we'll see our environment sensor here. Now if we need to do additional management of this device, we can go to the Device Manager, which is found in the System menu. Once we click on System, we can click on the Device Manager button. This opens the Device Manager window. On the left, we can see a list of all the devices that are connected to the system. We can see devices that are online, offline, and also devices that don't have any location. Devices that don't have any location will show this message here. At the top, there's a drop-down which we can use to select a specific room to show only devices in that room, or we can select Show All to see everything. From this window, we can change a device's name, and we can also change its location by simply selecting a new location. If we want, we can skip this device by turning it off, and the system will ignore it. In the device list, above the device's icon, we can see the bus number followed by the device address. The bus number indicates which physical bus the device has been plugged into, and the device number indicates which address is written into the device's memory. Now, if for some reason we want to change that, we can press the Change Address button and select a new address for the device. In the event that a device is not factory new, it will not be detected by the system automatically. In that case, it already has a device address in its memory. Now, plugging in a device that already has an address on it may cause a conflict on the system, in which case you will see a communication error message or potentially a device bus error message at the top of this list. In that case, you can simply reset the device by holding in the Reset button on the device for 3 to 5 seconds. When you do that, you should see the message pop up as if it were a brand new device. There are several other ways to add devices to the system or find devices that are plugged into the system. Let's simulate that now by simply deleting this device. When we delete the device, we're simply removing it from the system. However, the device is still connected and still has an address of 20 in its memory. We can find that device again by pressing the Find Devices button at the top and selecting the bus we want to scan. Now on GCX Plus systems, you'll have 2 buses. On other systems, you'll have only 1. Once we press Start Search, the system will start searching through the available addresses that are not in use on the system to just see if there are any devices out there that are using those addresses. In this case, the system found our device, which had address 20 still in its memory. We could add that device to the system, but right now we're going to show you the other way to add a device. So if we go back to our home screen and let's go to room 3, we can go to our devices and there's a plus button here. This plus button can be used in the same way to search for a device and add it to the system. In this case, it's going to automatically choose room 3 because that's where we're searching from. Once we save the device, we should see it pop up here. Okay. This covers the basics of device management. Please see the rest of our videos for more information on the GCX system.